Let me bang.
I do let you bang. Hey,
let me bang you, James, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Greetings, marriage and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No forget Jesus, people.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
What's up, people? We got a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. We got a squad here. We got Jason Mayhem Miller. We have the legend Don Frye, Bill Dawes, waiting for McCorkle, wherever he is. By the way, Jason, I'm in Canada with Russell Peters. We're in Vancouver, and Frank Trigg showed up with his wife.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I had a great time. It was like 6 hours last night hanging out with Frank, his wife, Russell. He said you were the only person in the history of his fights. He's had 50 fights that he wanted to murder. He said you got so under his skin. He's never before in his life. What did you do to him?
Bro. Mental games, everybody, bro. What do you mean you don't remember? Like, just trolling before the kids called it trolling, you know? I just fuck with everybody all the time. I don't even remember what I did.
I mean, was there like a specific? I mean, did you find the one thing that would bother people and then just annoy the fuck out of them?
No, I'm just like you. I'm just generally annoying.
Be yourself, man.
I think that's why we get along so well. What about you, Don? What did you do to try to get under people's skin?
Oh hell, like against Ken, you know, I did everything just merciless, you know, just everything possible to affect him, which is stupid because I thought it would screw him up, but he said, no, I fight better when I'm mad. I was, oh, jeez. If I'd have known that, I'd have fucking sent him flowers every day, you know?
By the way, Jason, I watched your interview with G-Eazy and Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. It was really, really good. Do they tell you when you're interviewing people to not ask certain things, but when you're on a Carolla?
Oh, bro, they tell me who I'm interviewing like 3 minutes before I'm interviewing them. Like literally, like I get very little prep time.
Got it.
Sometimes I do. Like with G-Eazy, I kind of knew him already. Like, I mean, I knew his music a little bit, you know. So yeah, I was kind of lucky in that respect. So it's weird I have to like play this meathead journalist that I, you know. And Adam Carolla, you know, he's a brilliant at what he does, but you know, he like doesn't give a shit about whoever we're interviewing. Really, he does, but he's not gonna give a shit about G-Eazy when I do. You know, like I'm
right.
Oh, like if it's some political kind of thing or this kind of that thing, like if it's a car guy or something like that, Adam will be all over it. So I got to do the lifting when it's like a rap guy or weird, you know, off the beaten, like got a comedian that, you know, and with the comedians, like the younger guys, like I have to ask questions of them. But yeah, I really like that job because it's like gives me a chance to like pretend to be a journalist for the first time in my fucking life, you know?
Is every week?
Oh, is somewhat journalism, but it's MMA, you know? But talking to like weird people and asking them weird questions is like the coolest thing ever.
But I was thinking about Jason. Because I'm like you, like I can hang out with anybody. I can hang out with the most liberal people that I know, beyond leftists, and I can hang out with Don Frye, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, Don's not liberal? What?
Oh, wait. I thought Don was wearing his pansexual pride shirt right now.
Yeah, he's wearing a Dairy Queen shirt. Come on.
That's right.
Which I think is good because I was thinking about, Jason, how you how Carolla's pretty to the right, or I mean essential to the right, but then your jiu-jitsu coach all day long is shitting on Trump all day. What's his name? Fight Science.
Oh yeah, Ian. Yeah, fucking yeah. My partner over there is fucking liberal, like so liberal. Yeah, it's so weird because I will go and coach guys in the morning with Ian, and then Ian will be talking shit on Trump, and then I'll go over to, or he'll talk shit on everything right, and then I'll go over to Corolla, and I'm in like, you know what I mean, a right stronghold kind of. So it's like a very yin and yang. It makes perfect sense for a dude named Mayhem because I can just, yeah, I'm cool with everybody. Yeah. I'm a nihilist. I'm like, I don't think any of this shit really matters. I think you guys are just playing fucking ping pong, and whoever's in there is is taking orders from Jeff Bezos. Yo, bro, I'm not even awake yet, bro. I'm not guzzling.
No,
you know what's weird too is Adam Carolla is still best friends with Jimmy Kimmel,
of course,
who is the most liberal person on the planet.
Yeah. So to me, that just lets me know right there that nobody really gives a shit. We're gonna pretend. My dad will cuss me out about some Trump shit, call me a communist. I'm like, oh, convicted felon. I don't give a shit about none of this. I can't.
So your dad was also a paratrooper in like what, Vietnam or something?
Yes,
Vietnam. No, in fucking Iraq, man. What the fuck? You're not that old.
So Don, are you ready for your party?
Yeah. Well, it's not November, it's December.
Don's having a party with 50 Navy SEALs at his house.
Whoa.
No, Air Commandos.
Air Commandos.
Really tough guys.
Wait,
yeah, they're really tough.
You gonna circle jerk onto a biscuit and the last guy eat
it? Yeah, that's it. How'd you guess? You've been in one of these before.
Oh, because I was hoping I was getting invited.
So what's an Air Commando exactly?
Is that Air Force or Navy or what is that?
Air Force, yeah, Air Force. They're the guys that they follow the president. You know, they have their own plane to follow the president. And if something was to happen to the president, they would parachute onto his airplane. You know, from their airplane onto his airplane.
Holy shit!
And crawl inside, yeah, and secure him, and then jump out. You know, and then they're all like medical doctors, you know, the equivalent to a medical doctor. So, well, my buddy went to my buddy Jim Cody. He went to his nephew's graduation, and there's a Navy SEAL there, and he said, "These guys are great. These are the guys we call when we're in trouble." You know?
Wow. So now, and then 50 of them are coming to your house.
Yeah.
Are they flying
December
in?
6th and 7th.
They're parachuting in.
They might be parachuting in because they asked if I wanted to parachute.
Yeah.
You know, I might just fly in the airplane and watch you all jump, but I don't think I'm going to be jumping. I can just see hitting the ground. My back just exploding in a piece of shrapnel here and there.
So I was talking to by the way, I was talking to Frank Trigg yesterday, like I said, and he was telling me that Chuck Liddell didn't really know much jiu-jitsu, like when he was the champ. And he was saying, like, back then you didn't even have to know any really jiu-jitsu.
Just a good sprawl.
Mayhem, is that true?
Yeah, kind of, because like I was shocked that like way back when that how segmented guys were. Like dudes they were spec'd into being really good at a couple things. Like, you know, Tito was good at wrestling and good at ground and pound, and like didn't have a very nuanced jiu-jitsu game so much. You know, that's why I got hired on. But then, you know, over time he picked it up. But we were in the era where, like back at the beginning, it was really beneficial to be super good at like one or two things, because it wasn't the same as today where you got everybody has to be a generalist where they know every damn thing. You know, you gotta, it was just a different time. You know, you were better off being super good at a few different things, you know?
Now McCorkle is bringing you and Don into Indiana, right? We're doing a tour.
I'm buying the ticket for Mayhem as soon as he quits asking me what dates again every time I go by. And by the way, I don't agree at all with Mayhem on that. Brendan Schaub is terrible at comedy, terrible at podcasting, terrible at everything, and he's been successful. So you don't have to be special at anything. Although Dominic Cruz and Bruce Buffer are great at sucking dicks, so that's worked out well for them just doing one thing. So
you do have to be good at something, yeah.
And Sean makes an entrance. I
could be losing you guys anytime because I'm in the middle of bumfuck Egypt or whatever that is, but with no pyramids, just some Mexicans. But I got to tell you the story real quick. Sorry to actually two things. I had a lady, we were at our house the other day. I got like 20 Mexicans working now, or Guatemalans. Doesn't matter which. And we had to put a ladder on the other side of this lady's fence. And so my guys, they've got some experience jumping fences. They're not walking down 300 feet. They just climb her fence and jump over the neighbor. There's woods there. She's not going to see it. That lady came out bitching, throwing a fit, man. And I said, ma'am, I've never heard of a Mexican climbing a fence. So I don't know why you think we climb that, but they're not capable of climbing anything. That's why we need a wall. And she was like, what the hell are you talking about? And I was like, that's
once again, you're laughing at your own jokes to your own, like it's
it gets better. No, it gets better. So we're doing a job at University of Indianapolis or Indiana, whatever. It's downtown Indianapolis. We're doing a job. A guy tried to tell me he told my secretary, who's a dude, I should have hired Dominic Cruz, but a secretary who's a dude told, because I'm not allowed to talk to women because my girlfriend, but told my secretary to do Google records all ads. Like they are all conversations. He said he just needs something painted, no drywall work, no nothing. We say $400. It'll take us an hour. We're not driving all the way there for less than $400, right? I'm paying a Mexican at least $26, so it's got to be $400. So I sent him the video of it. He said, you guys didn't fix the drywall. It's not good enough. And I said, dude, we didn't talk about the drywall, I don't think. I said, my guy said just paint. He said, I said specifically the drywall, and I want it for the $400 you quoted me. I would never pay $400 just for painting. So I go back and listen to an 11-minute phone call. He never once said anything about drywall. He didn't know the phone call was recorded. And so I sent that to him. I said, you talk to your boss now, right? So he sends that back to his boss, and his boss said, how much do you want to go back and do the drywall? I said, no, I want $1,200. And he goes, extra? I said, $1,200 total, $800, $400 for the drywall, $400 for the paint, and $400 because he lied. It's up to you. Doesn't matter to me. And he goes, okay, can you just charge my card for half that when it's done, do the whole amount? I said, sure. He gives me his personal credit card number. He gives me his personal credit card number, which means he's stealing jobs from his warranty company, doing them personally and building the company. Like he's doing. So I charge him $1,200 when I said I charged $600. And he hits me up. He said, hey, buddy, I just got to charge for $1,200. We're supposed to be $600. I said, yeah. And I was told I was supposed to do the drywall, and I wasn't. I said, so it looks like we both lied to each other, didn't we?
Wow.
So I charge him the full amount. And I told him, by the way, it'll be Friday, not tomorrow. If you want, I can talk to your boss and ask him why you're paying with your personal credit card for a job that's his job. He said, dude, come on, man. I said, okay. I said, well, it's $1,200 and a 4% credit card charge fee. I said, so that's, he goes, you didn't tell me about that. I said, you didn't tell me I need the drywall work done, buddy. That's the breaks. The risk you run when you start running your personal credit card doing jobs. So I'm in their bathroom while my Mexican guy is making $13 an hour. I'm just kidding. I pay him like $40 an hour. He might be Guatemalan. Not sure. But I mean, at this point, it really matters. But so I'm in the bathroom and I look up, and I have made the mistake in the past of going into women's restrooms without paying attention, and then they think I'm trans. You know what I mean? Like I just don't. My mind is elsewhere. So I walk in a woman's bathroom and there's no urinals. The lady goes, "Are you in the right bathroom?" I was like, "Well, it depends on how you identify, because I'm confused." You know what I mean? And so I did that like 2 days ago. So I walk in and I see tampons and maxi pads all over the, like, dude, like a box of them the size of, 2 foot by 1 foot, like a maxi pads and tampons. And I thought, dude, this is the men's restroom because there's urinals. And if they're free, my girlfriend's got to go on her period at some point. I took all of them, every single one of them. So both pockets are stuffed with tampons and maxi pads, right? And I go walking out and I'm thinking, it's funny. I have to go file a lien on somebody's house over $94 because he shorted me $94. So I put a lien on his house for $25,000. And,
I thought once
he
you
calls
got
us-
these jobs, I thought once you got a job, all this nonsense, like you would be. I thought, okay, Sean's bored, he's home, he's doing all this shit. Once he gets his jobs, that then all of a sudden it's gotten worse.
It's gotten worse.
Dude, oh no, that's where it gets worse. So he's like, "How do you come up with 25 grand?" I said, "I don't know. It's just worth a shot." You know what I mean? And I said, "Oh, we can settle for 2,000 right now." He said, "Oh, you 94." I said, "I guess you should have paid it." And he was like, "Dude, I'm not paying you 2 grand." I said, "You didn't pay me the 94 you owed me. So you are paying me 2 grand, or you can pay a lawyer 5 grand, and then my lawyer 5 grand. It doesn't matter to me. I'm willing to risk 20 grand to cost you 2 grand. So whatever you want, give me $1,000." So he gives me $1,000 for the 94 because I got a lien filed on his house. So he learned the hard way. So I'm going up to file another lien on a house, and I realize I'm in the city.
All one
county
story,
building.
by the way.
Yeah.
Listen, it gets better. I'm walking to the city county building from the
By the way, if
university.
you leave after these stories, I'm gonna fucking kill you. By the way, if you just
Actually, that was my plan, but I won't.
Go on.
I won't now. So I walked to the city county building because I already parked a half a mile away. I'm like, dude, it's in that direction. So I walk another half a mile. I don't know what I was thinking, but there's 6 cops, security, and an X-ray machine at like the airport at the city county building, and I'm already in line. And I'm like, they said, empty your pockets. And I was like, I started pulling my keys and wallet. And he's like, all your pockets. I was like, oh, I've got 100 tampons in my pockets. This is going to be awkward. So I pull out 100 tampons and maxi pads and throw them in the box. And the women cops are just staring at me. And my son's with me. They said, are you with him? He said, no. And I said, oh, you're going to deny your dad? Come on, dude. And I said, I'm sorry, I have identity issues. They said, oh, it's no problem, sir. And they said, but you still have something in your pocket. I was like, oh, shit, those are those 20 fentanyl pills in a clear bottle that I forgot I brought with me in case my back hurts. And there's 6 cops there. And if I put it out there, they're going to see they're the little blue fake fentanyl pills. But what am I going to say? Oh, let me go to my car instead. The 6 cops there, you know? And I look at it, have my pistol with me. So I went and threw that in there. They were so focused on the tampons, they didn't notice that. And I went through security and grabbed my stuff, put it back in my pockets, put all the maxi pads and like stuff back in my pockets, and went and filed another lien on a house. But it was amazing.
All right, Sean, welcome McCorkle, everybody. So, I like how McCorkle's son dropped out of college to become a comedian, and Sean's the one who's embarrassing. By the way, Sean, so you're flying Mayhem and Don to put on a jiu-jitsu clinic. Don, are you going to smoke now? Have you Mayhem and Don? Have you guys planned how you're going to teach this? Because this might be the greatest seminar in the history.
We got to record it. We got to record it.
Tell you, I don't want to interrupt, but I will tell you that on the flyer, it is subject to Mayhem not being incarcerated, so we covered our asses.
Good.
I actually had them put that on the flyer, subject to Mayhem not being incarcerated.
So Don and Mayhem, are you guys going to wing it, or like? Because I feel like Don's just going to tell people to punch people in the face.
Yeah.
What do you plan on teaching, Don?
Oh, the mechanics and the science of, the sweet science and mechanics and technology of the fight game, of course.
The gentle art of jiu-jitsu.
Exactly.
Like, that's like rule number 1: don't get married. Rule number 2: sign a prenup.
Prenup.
Oh my
Rule number 3: don't be gay.
Married.
I know what Don's going to do. He's going to do his judo and just throw these bitches around the room.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got bad news. This will probably hurt our seminar. Tom Erickson said he's coming up for free just to help out, and all he wants to do is roll with the biggest heavyweights there. And he said,
and you said Mark Coleman might come too, right?
Yeah, Coleman's got a speaking engagement or a commentating thing. He said he couldn't do it, but he may come to your comedy show on Saturday night.
We got Tom Erickson, Mayhem Miller, and Don.
Don't forget Sean McCorkle will be there too.
You're hiding the fact that you guys are also going to be there. So it's going to be the comedy. It's going to be the MMA Roasted. Bro, we just came up with MMA Roasted Fest 2000 and fucking.
Why do I feel like it's going to be 4 little Mexican kids that don't speak English at this seminar?
Doing drywall work while learning.
It's going to be like, it's workers' kids.
I can't believe it's happening, bro. Now that you're saying it on the podcast, my mind is blown. It's actually, I kept being like, yeah, McCorkle's talking shit. I kept going, what day? Now it's
I already bought my ticket. I'm going from Susu. My daughter's in the school play. First of all, so my daughter's in the school play. Susicle, right? And then they take her lines away. She's like 6 because they can't. They have one microphone or something, and they're renting it, right? So my wife's upset. My daughter even
Sounds like this podcast. Sorry.
Yeah, right. My daughter didn't even want the lines, right? But she's mad, right? But I can't believe. So then I go back and I'm like, hey, you know, my daughter's kind of upset about the lines. So then they give her another role, like 10 lines, and now she doesn't even want to do it. It's like you can't win. Yeah. So now we got to trick her into doing it in the car on the way to San Diego. Of like, let's see who can do it better, you know, so that we can learn it.
That's smart.
Then my wife's like, let's hire an acting coach. I'm like, for a 5-year-old. I'm like,
that's LA, baby.
Dude, then I do a show last week. You guys appreciate this. I get there, and it's in Santa Monica, and there's a guy dressed up as a hyena, like in a furry costume. And I go, oh, is this for Halloween? He's like, no, I'm a furry. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, I'm the only furry comedian in the country, and he kills on the furry circuit, right? So,
that's a real good bitch.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, isn't a furry someone who's attracted to someone to dress up as an animal? He's like, no, we get a bad rap. And that's not it. He goes, I'm on the spectrum. And I'm like neurodivergent, and I get shy, and I can only talk to them when I'm in the costume.
Yeah.
Right? So then someone's like, that sounds like something a pedophile.
Hey, by the way, if you want to put your daughter in acting class, I heard Dominic Cruz has a great acting teacher and also organizes closets. So he stays in the closet all the time and acts like he's straight.
Like, yo, I'm with new material, bro. He's fucking banging today.
I've seen Dominic Cruz with the hottest girls. I
saw Mick Jagger with a hot chick one time too.
Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger does get fucking hot chicks.
Yeah, hot dudes too.
By the way, did I tell you a story about I was at the Ha one time, and this new comedian comes to me. I'm like, hey, what? I was hosting, and I go, what's your name? And his name was Mike Ball, but I thought he said my name is My Balls, like that was. So I go, guys, this next comedian, please give it up for My Balls, right? That got a huge fucking laugh, and he's like, no, it's Mike Ball. Then he actually
and a standing ovation for Bruce Buffer.
All right, let's fucking Sean, what's going on today? Like,
dude, I love it, bro. Don't fucking. He needs to pick up the slack and do some heavy lifting for me right now because I'm fucking tired and I can't be bothered to do it.
I would love to be if I wasn't constantly booking and changing flights for Mayhem. But it's like, do you want insurance? You better believe I want insurance on that flight, buddy. I read every reason you to cancel. I'm like 90% of those are possibilities. I'm good insurance.
Bill, what did you think?
If he's caught in an act of terrorism, it won't be covered. I was like, shit. You know?
He's on fire, bro. The fentanyl pill's got you banging right now, bro.
By the way, Bill, what did you think of Tony Hinchcliffe, Bill? The Tony Hinchcliffe joke.
Oh, the Tony Hinchcliffe. Look, I mean, who's the winner? Tony Hinchcliffe is a big winner in this whole thing.
Oh,
I'm sure he's getting death threats, but now he's at that legendary status as a comic. Whether people want to admit it or not, he is fucking in the pantheon.
Yeah,
you know?
I thought, like, the minute that I was like, bro, Tony's a fucking idiot, but he's a fucking genius. Like, that's exactly what he wanted.
He knew exactly the backlash that would happen.
Yeah. Well,
Adam saw him with hot chicks one time too.
Yeah. But like that set had like 3 or 4 offensive, like really offensive on their own. But like that's the one they plucked out was the garbage Puerto Rico one. Like that's the one that everybody globbed onto. Meanwhile, at the Republican National Convention, they said the most horrible shit. Not joking. They were saying, we're gonna fucking round up every Mexican, Guatemalan, Haitian, Puerto Rican, and take them out of the country. And nobody's like, oh, that's terrible. They're just like, oh, did you hear what that fucking femboy comedian fucking said?
Femboy. I mean, look,
imagine how much safer the roads will be.
Well, first of all, I thought the joke wasn't that great of a joke. Like, so much better jokes he could have done. But then again, like, you never know sometimes. You think you have the greatest fucking joke in the world, and then it gets, and then you're like, other times you tell a joke, and it's like, oh, this one's kind of and it gets an applause break. But I thought he could have used, like, Staten Island as a better way. If he would have said Staten Island instead of Puerto Rico,
of course.
Or New Jersey or whatever, it was not an island, but still, there was other things he could have done.
Yes.
You know,
of course, New Jersey's got more Puerto Ricans than Puerto Rico, so that doesn't really matter.
But also, Adam, here's a point people miss. Puerto Rico has a massive trash problem. I mean, that's for some. It's a smarter joke. No, it has like a real problem with landfills. It's like an environmental concern. It's a hazard.
You think that's why he was doing that? You think
absolutely?
I think it was because of the landfill problems. You don't?
Yes, I think it was a little smarter than people give him credit for.
Yeah.
I don't think he was just saying Puerto Ricans are trash. It's been all over the news. They've had a massive trash problem for years. Yeah.
I thought it was a hurricane joke.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke.
Just like everyone else. I'll tell you what, though, Trump. Yeah, it's crazy because you watch CNN or The View. I go on TikTok and they're like, "Oh, Trump blew the election, dressing up as a garbage man." Nope. I laughed my fucking ass off. Like,
hilarious.
I thought that was one of the funniest things. I couldn't believe it. I laughed so hard when that happened. Mayhem, did you laugh when that happened?
I can't believe I didn't see it.
It was great. It was great. He was dressed up like a traffic cone. It was ridiculous.
And didn't he drive a garbage truck too?
Yeah, well, but he got in for like 3 seconds. He stumbled getting in, which was actually kind of funny too.
Yeah.
And then the other guy drove like 2 feet. Don, what did you think of that move that Trump did with the garbage man?
That was brilliant, especially they painted the damn truck. It said Trump on the side of it. I mean, he bought a garbage truck for a 5-second stunt that'll go down in history. Shit, you guys brilliant.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Biden said today?
What did he say?
He said he don't believe all the supermodels people have seen him with are really his women. He thinks he's just paying them because he's gay. And then Trump dressed up like Dominic Cruz for Halloween.
Dude, it's like, you know what he does? You know what it is? He beats a joke so much that you end up laughing on the other end.
It goes across the universe.
It starts off like and then it keeps doing it, and then you're laughing your fucking ass off.
Yes.
Like Norm did that too, right? Didn't Norm do stuff like that?
Yeah, dude. Norm was my favorite. I almost got a chance to meet him. Adam knew one of his openers, and Adam's got me to meet Theo Vaughn and Bill Burr, like anybody I ever wanted to meet. And then I like when I'm walking with my son, meeting him. Like, Bill Burr, I'm like, I will in 3 minutes. Like Adam gets me in. And so Adam gets me in to meet Norm Macdonald, and he's just not there after the concert or after the thing. Like, you knew one of his openers or something. They said, yeah, he's gone already on the way. Like, he left. But I didn't know he had cancer at the time, whatever. So
he died to avoid meeting you.
Yeah, I know. It probably was hard for him never having got a chance to meet me. But no, he was my favorite from the first time I ever saw him on Saturday Night Live, dude, because he talked about how figure skating would be much better if they just had hockey sticks and fought. And I thought that was the funniest shit ever. It was like, I don't want to see Brian Boitano spinning around without a hockey stick. Like, it was like the funniest. And when he talked about how he's homophobic, but not because he doesn't like gay people, he's just terrified of them. That was really funny too. So.
Yeah, and then he went on Conan. He's like, I'm a closeted homosexual. And he's like, you're
deeply closeted.
No, I'm deeply closeted. What's up, people? Listen, you guys all know about how great it is to be at a basketball game. I go all the time to the WNBA games. I take my daughter. So much fun watching the game, just being there, being around it. I like going to the Laker games. When I was in New York, going to Knick games. It's the best. The atmosphere, just people cheering. Well, listen, Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. All right? Now, Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you incredible deals on great seats. You don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets, okay? You don't know how that is. You just sit there, you're like, ooh, this one, that one. It's a pain in the ass, okay? Now, Game Time Picks makes it easier to save on sports, concerts, comedy, theater. They have all-in pricing, okay? You get to see the view of the seats, so you're not sitting there like if you're at a football game and you're behind the pole, or like a basketball game or you can't see anything. A baseball game, it's horrible. All right. So this way you could see how it's going to look when you're there. They have the lowest price guarantee. They have ticket coverage. Okay, your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So you take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. That's right. Terms apply. Again, get an account, redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. All right. What time is it? It is game time. Yeah. What time is it? Game time. All right. So the URL is gametime.co. All right. Check it out. Highly recommend. You're going to thank me. So ridiculous. Now, did you guys watch the fights last week? Anyone actually watch the actual fights?
I watched, yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
What did Max Holloway?
Oh yeah, I watched that. That was crazy. That was something else.
That was a good fight.
Don, what do you think?
Perfect.
Who? Me?
Holloway versus
Who you
Tapora.
talking to?
That you, Don?
No, I didn't see it, partner. I didn't see it.
Donna ain't heard a word since I said I have fentanyl pills.
Yeah, no, I watched it. Okay.
What do you think, Jason?
Look, I mean, that was kind of what I was worried about, the hand speed, because going down to that weight, I think took a lot out of Max. And the fact that when you I just know from sparring the lighter guys that, okay, when I spar the heavyweight, I'm like a bumblebee. You know what I mean? I like move around real fast compared to them. And then the same thing happens when I go against the guys lighter than me, that suddenly they move on like a different speed, like a different dimensional speed. They're moving way faster than me. So I'm like trying to catch up. And what happened was that at the beginning, Max bullied him, kept them at bay, kept them outside of the range. But slowly, as the fight went on, Topuria just kept dipping right inside the range and hitting him with the combo. Oh, that one didn't land. Up, the next one came. Up, that one kind of landed. And then eventually he cracked him with that big shot and ended his night. Yeah,
you think he's good as everyone's saying he is?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that as far as boxing goes, like his hand speed is so fast and so he punches so powerful for the weight class that eventually guys with that type of physicality were going to wade their way into the MMA scene. Back in the day, this guy would have been like a boxer or something, but this guy's explosive power is just, that weight class hasn't seen that much power, and now they have. That Topuria is like just a high level puncher, and then they tell me that he's a freaking jiu-jitsu black belt. He's awesome at jiu-jitsu, but hell if I've ever seen it, because his fucking punches are so damn fast and hard, he takes everybody out.
I was getting nervous, not nervous for him, but I'm like, after he won, he converted his house into a gym. And he was bringing, and his brother is his main training partner, was in the UFC also. And I was like, wait a minute, this might be a recipe for disaster. When all of a sudden you start having a gym, and it didn't affect him at all. Like it wasn't one of those situations where, you chase it.
Have a gym at your house.
He converted his gym into a wrestling room. His house. It was like a part, and he just goes next door to train. And like his house.
What do you mean? Now, why do you think we go to fucking training camp, dude? Like, you be away from everything and just have you know what I mean? You don't got to worry about driving to the gym. The gym's right there.
Yeah. But sometimes
I heard has a wrestling room full of sweaty men.
Don't say it.
Yeah. I don't know. Buffer or Dominic Cruz. It doesn't matter.
Is it? Are we going with Bruce Buffer or Dominic Cruz? That was.
Yeah.
Did you just come up there and you're like, is this a record? Bruce Buffer, by the way, did the announcement for my wedding, for free. like he's such a fucking good guy. He literally
for the first great wedding he was at in 10 years.
He's like, you're getting married? Want me to do, ladies and gentlemen? It was like the coolest thing ever. Dominic Cruz like goes out of his way to like. I directed a sketch for him. He's such a fucking nice guy. And then I do a podcast where it's an hour of jokes about them being gay by a guy in his car who shows up late that you can barely fucking hear, who's like bullying Mexicans and somehow lying about fentanyl in his pocket.
Well, Adam, maybe they did that for you because they both want to fuck you. You ever consider that?
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate your fucking.
Look, I'm not going to trust an announcer or a commentator. I'm going to trust a man with tampons and fentanyl.
Like, what the fuck? Like, he comes 20 minutes late. And he's the. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there. Then he's like, "Hey, my fucking power's going out or whatever. I'm getting bad service. I can only come and tell my 3 fucking 10-minute stories, and then I gotta leave." But you know what? Anytime you guys try to get a flow, I'm just gonna put Bruce Buffer's gay into the middle of the fucking story so I could laugh at my own fucking joke. And dude, his own wife says, kick him off the podcast on my fucking Facebook. His own wife goes, he's never going to learn.
At least he combed his fucking hair.
Oh, thank you, Don. Thank you to the guy dressed up as Pretty Sam every fucking week. Okay, I gotta fucking deal with you now. All right. Fucking Mayhem, I just woke up. It's 12:30. Okay. The only one who's fucking on time is Bill, who looks like he's getting a fucking mugshot right now. Okay, like I fucking.
Hey, speak.
Why does he have a gun? Why does he have fucking? He has 2 guns on him for a podcast. Look, you guys missed it. Don started waving around his guns like
Yosemite Sam. There he is.
Don, let me see that gun. What kind of gun is that?
Yeah. You go. You said Yosemite Sam, son. Hey, I live in a dangerous neighborhood, man. This is a dangerous house. You know,
you're the only one there. There's no one you're the only one in your town. He's the only one in his town.
It used to be a dangerous kitchen when my ex-wife cooked in it.
Oh God. So anyway.
That's good.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we can't. You said, "Can you hear me?" And then we couldn't hear what you actually said. This is
how about now?
This podcast is so fucking good.
Yeah.
I've got Don's Wi-Fi. How about now?
Great.
Fuck.
No, why don't you drive into a well, okay, and then fucking see if I can hear you then. All right, what are we talking about?
Taporia, what's his ranking pound for pound right now? One of the best?
What are we, MMA junkie? Fucking, we don't know. Yeah, he's got to be in the top fucking 2 or 3. I'll tell you what I felt bad for was Whitaker getting his fucking. Did you see what happened?
Oh yeah, holy shit!
Yeah.
How strong do you have to be to break someone's jaw with a squeeze? Because I've had people squeeze me before and it hurts, but I never thought that I was in danger of having my mandible friggin' severed.
Oh, I broke a couple jaws. Yeah.
Just from squeezing?
Yeah, squeeze a guy's face off. Yeah.
You got that retard strength.
Fucking face off. Yeah.
Damn.
Same thing. Yeah. Send guys to the hospital with that. Because guys duck their chin and I go, okay, fine. Fuck, I don't care.
You did it during a fight or during training?
Both. No.
Why
during a training, then you're a dick.
Why would you do that?
Doing training, but yeah. Oh, good. Fucking I can't say that word anymore. But McCorkle is gone. Huh? Oh, thank God. Put him back in. I'll see him on the 21st or whenever.
He's on Bruce Buffer Adderall or something. Where he can only make jokes about Bruce Buffer for fucking 3 hours. Wait, so why would you send someone to the hospital, Jason, in training by breaking their jaw?
Well, not on purpose, bro. It's just guys are fucking pig-headed and don't want to tap, and then you know what I mean. It's too late. You don't try to hurt your training partners on purpose. But when you're training for a fight, bud, it's life or death. Like you got to fucking train hard, and I'm half-ass, inside the room.
I've never seen someone break a jaw in a UFC fight before from a choke on the chin.
Well, no. Also, yeah, this was a interesting injury where you could see it and they publicized it. A lot of injuries happen and it's like a little blurb. You know what I mean? Like if it doesn't happen on the main card and it's not like visually shocking like that one was, no, you don't ever hear about it. You know?
Yeah.
You guys see Bilal Muhammad's foot?
Yuck. Yeah. That was fucking disgusting. I mean, it was not my most prideful Jack, but
Fucking.
How do you get a bone infection like that? What was it, like, from the gym staff, or what was it?
I
How do
mean,
you get that?
yeah, I've heard of that before. Like, I know that guys have you can, staph infection can like go all the way into your goddamn bones like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had like
it's nasty.
Yeah. Okay, poor guy. He finally wins the title, and then he got to pull out of his first defense, you know?
Yeah.
So this week, there's a couple fights. You know, it's the kind of thing I think where like they what do they blow their wad on the fucking big UFC, 308. Everyone's excited, and no one's even talking about this week's fights, which is not even a fight night card. I mean, it's a fight. It's actually it's not a Apex card. It's in Edmonton. Brandon Moreno, who's like the toughest little Mexican guy ever, 21-8-2, but he's got a lot better record. You see some of these guys with their records are like Angela Hill's record is like 14-13 or something, but then like it's like 12 split decision losses. You're just like So he's fighting this guy Prince Amir Albazi. Moreno should win this fight, but it should be good. And Rose Namajunas is fighting Aaron Blanchfeld. Little thug Rose. Derek Lewis is fighting.
Derek Lewis is back.
Dude, he's the worst. He's the worst because every time I think he's going to lose, he wins. And vice versa. And every time I'm like, this guy's got this. Yeah.
How Derek Lewis? I had like a story on the Corolla show where Derek Lewis is beefing with DC. Why? I couldn't figure it out.
My fault.
It's really?
It's sort of my fault. Well, what happened was when I came up with that song, All About the Cake and Chicken, remember? All About the Bass? I had DC do it. And it was one of those things where I'm like, hey, will you do this thing for the award show? He shows up. He doesn't even know what he's doing. 30 minutes later, he's dancing around with chicken, and then it explodes. It gets 100 million views. It's everywhere. He ends up getting a Popeyes, whatever. So then Derek Lewis calls him out because he says he was disrespecting Popeyes chicken. Right?
That is the blackest argument I've ever heard.
Man.
So then he goes, yeah, I don't like the way he was making fun of chicken. Right? Like, so then they actually had a fight. They fought remember, like, I think Anthony Johnson or someone pulled out, and DC won quickly. Remember, DC won quickly.
Yeah.
And then I think Derek lost like 3 or 4 in a row. And DC made a thing of like, he lost 1, 2, he lost 3 in a row. I think DC was like, if he loses again, he's going to get cut or something. And then Derek took that personally. So now he still wants to fight DC, but DC is like, well, I'm retired. I don't know, Yeah. So it's kind of my fault, sort of.
I'll
That's cool.
The Corolla podcast because I had no idea. I thought maybe he was. I remember DC was on the commentary, kind of talking smack on Derek Lewis a little bit. Well, not overtly, but kind of. So I was like, oh, that must be it. But now that I know the chicken story.
So Derek Lewis is also like, I remember Vince Pichel saying they had a fight. I think it was the fight he lost to Mark Hunt in Australia, and he said he was eating ribs like 20 minutes before he walked out. Like he was eating like a big thing, and then he said he had to shit himself during the fight. Like he got punched in the stomach, basically like quit. But I'm pretty sure he quit because of the ribs. Like he got punched in the rib, and then so that's what's going on. By the way, I didn't realize that Frank Trigg beat John-Jacques Machado. Did Machado have one hand?
Yeah.
We had like a gimpy hand. He had like a gimpy arm, right?
A quarter of a hand, like a little, you know what I mean? Cueto kind of start the reactor kind of hand.
Wow. Now, do you think that helped or hurt him? Because Frank Trigg said that actually helped him.
Yeah, because he could slip that shit in underneath your neck easier. I heard allegedly.
That's a pretty shitty thing to say. When someone has a deformity and people are like, nah, that only helped them.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think Machado is fucking badass, bro. He's like an inspiration to have this type of thing and still be able to be such a high level competitor.
No, but Bill, there's a guy, Anthony Robles. They did a movie about him. He was a national champion. He had one leg, black guy, and he was amazing. And as a wrestler, the thing was, some people said he had an advantage because his upper body strength.
Yeah.
Well, he would have been like 190 or something. So he could bench.
I can see that.
But he only wrestled at 125, couldn't have a leg.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then,
that makes sense. But the shrunken thalidomide arm as an advantage, I don't know.
But what are you going to do? But what is he going to do? We're only wrestle guys with one leg. But you would see guys go for switches against them, and they have nowhere to grab.
Yeah.
Like they would muscle memory, and then they would just anyway. Also on this card, by the way, is Victor Henry. You know him, right? He's a California guy. I think Josh Barnett trains him. Josh Barnett is the scariest human being I've ever met in my life. The nicest guy. But you talk about like eyes. You ever like talk to someone and you're like Dexter? You remember Dexter? Remember Dexter had that blank stare in that show, Dexter?
Yes.
Like if they found like 100 bodies behind Josh Barnett's thing, I would not be shocked. And now, granted, they would all be deserved. Like he would have a reason for killing his
sweetheart.
He is, but he's also Don. Will you back me up on this? That Josh Barnett is kind of insane.
Like he's got Mel Gibson. He's got Mel Gibson eyes, right?
He has Jew-hating eyes.
They're like Mel Gibson. You know, they fucking. You don't know if he's gonna fucking if he's smiling or he's scheming to slice your liver out of you, you know, and eat it.
Yeah,
right in front of you.
1,000.
Josh is a great guy, but man, he could kill you in a fucking heart second. You know, shit.
Wow.
Dude, he told me back in the day when he was trying to fight people, he had no one to fight. He needed to practice. So he would go on like MySpace and be like, does anyone want to spar today? And people would show up at the local YMCA, like in Seattle, and they would just go upstairs in the weight room and start punching each other in the face. And like,
Jesus.
And kids would start having we're trying to have swimming lessons. So parents are having and all of a sudden you see two fucking mountain guys just wailing each other in the corner. It's fucking crazy. Alexander Romanov is fighting. This guy started off 16-0, a fucking monster, and then just started getting his ass kicked. I don't know what happened with this guy. And then Cody Gibson's fighting, who's a school teacher.
Dude, I know. All right.
Yeah. Now, according to Derek Lewis, John Jones is going to beat Stipe in one round. What do you think, Mayhem?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but, I don't think one round will do it. I think maybe Stipe is smart enough to figure that out for that round. But also, age catches up with all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting up there in age. He might be able to figure it out. But John Jones, even when he was light heavyweight, he wasn't like a roll over you kind of smashing machine kind of guy. He was clever and knew when to eye poke you at the right time.
Don?
So,
yeah.
No, I didn't just say loud.
I think it'll be a good fight. I think it'll go the distance.
You think so?
I think it'll go the distance.
I'm rooting for Stipe just because he's the nicest human being. And the guy is a full-time fireman. Full-time fireman while he's the UFC champion. What a class act. And Jones has done some things that I'm just come on, man.
When's the last time Stipe fought?
Yeah, it's been a while.
6 years or something, right?
I'm worried about. It's dude, he hasn't been active, and I'm just hoping that, man, he's been training well and, maybe he can figure something out and fucking dig. Here's the thing is that at light heavyweight, John Jones had an advantage of being a bigger human, a way bigger human. And Stipe is fucking big. It's not, you kind of lose track of it because TV, we're watching on TV most of the time. But I've been there with Jones and Rampage is one of my closest friends. Jones is a big lanky Rampage, and Rampage did his best work at 205, and I don't know, at heavyweight, I don't know what his conditioning is going to look like because we just saw the Gane fight. Gane don't know damn jiu-jitsu, so he just took him down, did the smartest thing. I think that Stipe knows it all. He knows how to fight it all. if his body will hold up, I could see it going at least 3 rounds, you know?
How do his parents have 3 kids and 2 are in the NFL and one is arguably the greatest fighter of all time? I mean,
arguably.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, what are the chances?
Black supremacy. You know what I mean?
Black supremacy. I mean,
we're holding him down, holding the ball down for so long.
They said the brothers. I don't know what he said. I just like. They said the brothers were actually amazing wrestlers too. Like the older brother. Did you ever train with John, Jason?
No, I never did. No, I cut weight with them. Like that's about it. No.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. What's the name was saying? Frank was saying he trained with Randleman and Coleman back, and they used to come in so hungover.
Yeah.
And like Randleman would be gassed after like 3 minutes, and Coleman maybe 1. Like they would just be like.
Yeah, they were wild men for sure. Yeah.
He said Baroni was the hardest hitter he ever sparred against.
Really?
I spar Baroni all the damn time. Yeah, he was the fuck. You had to pay attention with him. He'll fucking light you up. Yeah.
That's wild. That is wild.
Got any news on him? Like, what the fuck? Is he gonna go away? What the? Come on.
He's still in Mexico?
Well, no, you know what happened, right? He's for murder. He's in charge of murder, Bill. He you didn't know about that?
They convict everybody in Mexico for that. Nobody gets away with that down there.
I guess what I heard was allegedly he beat up his girlfriend, put her in the shower, and then she died. And he went and smoked a cigarette, went to the store. He come back and she was dead. And then he called the cops and he's like, yeah, I beat her up, but I don't know why she's dead. Oh. So a whole different.
I did have a story I started telling. I lost signal, so I pulled over just to get Wi-Fi. I don't know whose house I'm at, but their Wi-Fi is phenomenal. It's public. So out in the country, but I found a public Wi or somebody that didn't have a code. But when I was at Adam's wedding, he was talking about that, Bruce Buffer earlier. I was at Adam's wedding and I was arguing with my girlfriend, who's my girlfriend now, still like 7 years ago. Adam was nice enough to pay $500 to let her come too. And he was like, dude, do you really have to bring her? You only been dating her for like 2 weeks. I was like, she lives in San Diego, dude. It's going to be awkward. So he paid it and I felt bad. So then we get in a fight at the wedding, me and her do, and we go to that. Like, I don't want to ruin it. So we're like, not a physical fight. That was later. But we got a verbal fight and we go back behind. I'm just joking. We go back behind like this fence. This place, it looks like the Playboy Mansion. I don't know what he was got going on. But we go back to argue, and Scott Bale comes walking by. And I was like, holy shit, that's Charles in charge. You know what I mean? I was like, he must be the wedding coordinator. No. So he comes walking by, and he gives me a look like he's concerned about the way we're arguing. I said, Charles, can you help us out here? And he was like, what? I said, can you help us out, Charles? And he was like, I said, I thought you were running this place. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, never mind, Chachi. And he didn't like it. And then she looked at me and goes, who is Charles and who is Chachi? And that's when I knew I had the right one, because she was 13 years younger.
Dude, he's
I gotta go. This fucking podcast sucks.
You better not. Really?
Oh,
Don't go.
So Jason, what do you have coming up?
Fuck, who gives a shit?
I do.
He possibly has a flight to Indianapolis. We still don't know.
Indianapolis, allegedly. And what? Yeah, seminar, and then what? Adam Carolla on fucking Monday, Tuesday, fucking Wednesday. I don't know.
You're like, but I thought you went from just doing the news to like you're the whole show.
I
You're
know.
the co-host now.
Co-host Mayhem. I know, it's pretty awesome. I feel like
Awesome. Yeah.
Do it.
I feel like that story of your life. People are like, we're just gonna have him around for a little bit, and then they're like, this dude's fucking great, and then they just give you shit. And next thing, yeah, you do a lot of that.
People hate on it. Oh, Don Frye's back. All right from the end of the show, baby.
Yeah, but you don't care, right, Jason?
What?
About people hating on it?
What the fuck? All right, hate on. I'm fucking 50 Cent watching the money pile up.
Yeah, good. Good, because there was a time where Jason, what he did is this fucking brilliant psycho. He does an interview where he just memorizes all the fucking shitty things people say about him online and just says them the whole time. like this whole interview.
100% of positive self-talk.
Yeah.
Dude. He memorizes every bad comment, and that's his dialogue. It made no sense, the interview, except to him.
Yeah.
Another fucking guy. Everyone here just
I can respect that.
Oh yeah. Don, what do you got coming up?
Shit, what do I got coming up? What? I said you need to buy a new Wi-Fi server. Yeah, listen to you. Trust me.
By the way,
I gotta
Don,
go to the vet here.
by the way, I put up your cameo on my Instagram, and people said they were going to reach out to you because they wanted to hire you for a cameo, but also they wanted you to make messages for people that were in jail. Like somebody had a friend in jail, and then he wanted to have you talk shit.
Yeah.
Did they reach out to you?
Not yet. No.
Did Mayhem pre-order
That'd be
that?
fun. That'd be fun.
What was that, Sean?
I said, did Mayhem pre-order one?
Shut the hell up.
Mayhem do a real one. Got it. All right.
Did you hear me? I did Mayhem pre-order his.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, are we really doing this fucking thing this month coming up? Like,
I bought my plane ticket. I got my plane ticket because he said he's gonna go. Sean goes, if this falls through, I'm going full retard. And I don't even I can't imagine him at half retard.
No.
So
already fell through because today's performance is next level. Fuck.
No, I've hired a camera crew for $5,000 to come film 9 hours of MMA Roasted.
This guy
professional camera crew.
I like it investing. Look, and now we're the Guatemalans.
Right, exactly. And I'm saying to make nothing off of it other than my son was like, that'd be awesome if you flew all them dudes out here and had them like in your house and filmed it live. You guys could probably sell that podcast. And my son's like, you ought to do that. And I was like, you want to help pay for it? He's like, no, but if you want to do it. So I thought about it. I was like, dude, talk to my nephew who does professional camera work. I could do it for you for like $5,000, man, for everything.
No, Sean offered to give me a hotel, but I said no because I want to hang out with Sean at his house and watch Roadhouse. That's like
it's just it's that or my fight with Mark Hunt on a loop 24/7.
MMA Roasted Live.
Hell yeah, baby.
Bill, what do you got coming up?
Well, hopefully, if things work out, I'll be in Dayton with you, and I'll go to this seminar and I'll do the whole thing, the podcast with all you guys. But who knows?
We got to have Don Frye teaching because Don Frye's fight techniques that he was making up on the fly was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
I want you and Bill to roll with Tom Erickson for 3 minutes. That's all I want out of the whole thing.
With Tom Erickson?
Yeah. You and Bill, like if Erickson's there, I told him, dude, all I want you to do is roll with Adam Hunter just for like 3 minutes.
Are you out of your fucking mind? It's going to be like a parent and a little kid throwing a
He dislocated my rib warming up one time from my spine.
Jesus.
I didn't even know you could do that. The rib was out of the joint of the spine. I had to go to the ER.
Bill, you don't understand. Him and Don are the two strongest men that ever lived. Tougher. Like it's different kind of strength. It's like he was Khabib before Khabib. It's like a heavyweight Khabib.
370-pound Khabib with abs. But he's way bigger than me. If you've seen him,
how old is he?
He's 60 now. Dude, when he was 50 years old, people think this is a lie. I swear to God. He kicked my ass and kicked Matt Mitrione's ass in MMA sparring back to back at 50 years old. It wasn't even close.
I'd buy it.
Like it'd be like Mayhem going against Dominic Cruz. So it wasn't even close. And so Mitrione's sitting there, he's got a black eye, I got a bloody nose, all from just grappling. We weren't even punching. Like he lifted me off the ground with a crossface guillotine. And then, like a herniated disc in my neck. Because Mitrione told him I said I was going to take him down. It was the biggest lie ever. I had never met him. He was like, dude, he's like a MMA god to me, like Don Frye. And he's like, hey.
Don said he used to bully Don Frye. Don said he used to throw Don around.
I swear to God, people think it's a lie. Mitrione said, do you think we could take him down together if he wasn't ready? And I was like, dude, I don't want to try it because if not, I don't know, dude, because he's not very nice. You know what I mean? When you're grappling. And he will dig his elbow into your face while he's on top of you just to say, get out of it. Quit being a pussy, get out of it. And you're like, dude, my head is pinned against concrete. Like I can't move, you know? So me and Mitrione agree to jump him when he turns his back. And I try to double leg him and he throws me off and Mitrione tries to run away and he grabs him by the ankle and pulls Mitrione back by one ankle and starts like ragdolling to throw him. Suplexes me, gets me like in the whatever, Brock Lesnar goes around, suplexes me. And he's like laughing, like, you guys thought you had me, didn't you? This and that or whatever. I was just like, dude, what the hell do you do with a man that's 50 years old that it's the most, he would have beat anybody but probably Cain Velasquez at that point in the UFC, dude. I'm telling you, he would have at 50 years old. Or I suck at fighting. Both are possibly true. So.
Well, thank you. You guys
go
to adamhunter.comedy.com. I'm gonna next year I'm going to Australia and Thailand with Russell.
Nice.
And New Zealand and Hong Kong.
Wow. Congratulations.
Hey,
What?
do you know if Russell speaks whatever the native Indian language is?
In India, a little bit.
Yeah, okay. It'd be great if he would get a hold of Google and tell them to stop charging my card for Google Ads. Because they hit me for 12 grand last month with my Google Ads off. And the guy calls me as Indian, speaks perfect English when he wants 12 grand. When I want my money back, he's like, I do not understand, sir. And I'm like, dude, you were talking like you sounded like Don
Dude, somebody
Frye,
called me
Drake
recently.
Rebel.
Somebody called me and said, hey, you want to work on something? And he goes, yeah, I talked to Mayhem Miller. And by the way, Mayhem said that Sean McCorkle might be one of the funniest people he's ever met. So I just want to let you know, Sean, as ridiculous you are, you're entertaining Mayhem for some reason.
Yeah.
That must be why when I replace Mayhem, everybody's like, who is this bum on MMA Roasted? Like, dude, this is some bullshit. Coming in here with a fake wannabe Mayhem. I was like, dude, what did I do? I'm just trying to help out. Like,
you're the fighter comedian's fighter comedian.
right. Well, second to shot. But,
All right, well, take care, guys.
We didn't talk about Brendan Schaub and Nate Diaz. Did we talk about that?
We talked about that last week. Oh, yo, Sean, we didn't get Sean's opinion. What do you think of the Schaub Nate Diaz stuff?
I think Nate Diaz is way bigger when he's not cutting weight than you think he is. He's about 6 foot tall, maybe 6'1", and probably 200 pounds. And I think my son would kick Brendan Schaub's ass. I don't think Schaub can fight at all anymore. I think he's taking too many Adderall, too much advantage of Joe Rogan, and just eats like shit. And he sucks real bad. And he's got a bunch of homeless cats that hate him. That's a long story. But no, I think Schaub sucks at everything. And I have a bad back, a shoulder that needs replaced. I'm back skinny again, kind of. I'm not on steroids, and I'll beat Brendan Schaub's ass in under 30 seconds, and I'll do it for free. If they want to do bare knuckle, we can do. And he keeps talking about fighting Nate Diaz. I will come to California and fight Brendan Schaub on site anywhere he wants the time for free. If anybody wants to promote that, because every time Joe Rogan says I'm funny, he's like, yeah, he's dead, right? He's an Uber driver, isn't he now? Isn't he broke now? He's always got something to say. He starts DMing me from a burner page on Twitter, like, you and Brendan could be friends. You guys should really try to make up. Here's his number. And I'm like, dude, you're going to
who would promote an on-site fight, though?
I don't know. Last minute. It's kind of like promoting a seminar with Mayhem. It's like, is he going to be there or is he not? We can't.
But you're like, I'll fight him on site if anyone wants to promote that. Like,
just follow me like Kimbo with a camera, and we can go in his backyard of his mansion that Joe Rogan had, and we can do it in the backyard.
Well, I'm glad I asked.
Right. Hey, have you ever meet Kimbo?
Yeah, hell yeah. I hung out with Kimbo for a while. Yeah.
There's videos with him in there.
Yeah.
Nice guy?
Yeah. That's how me and Mayhem, dude, that's how me and Mayhem met. On the underground, I put a thing that said, I'm so tired of Kimbo because he wouldn't fight me. Like they kept saying he'll challenge anybody, and I wasn't in the UFC yet. I said, I got 250 grand on me if we fight. And his porn producer manager was like, dude, he doesn't fight pro fighters. I said, yeah, I've seen the footage. I know.
Yeah.
I said, but 250 grand anytime you want, and we can stand up too if you want. It doesn't matter. Only stand up, bare knuckle, whatever you want. They wouldn't do it because I also offered Josh Barnett 250 grand to fight me, and it threw him off a little bit, but he'd have killed me. But I just thought it was funny when I wasn't famous. So I put so tired of Kimbo. 5 minutes later, there's a thread on the internet, Mayhem's third post of his life on the underground. So tired of McCorkle.
Yeah. And McCorkle was spamming the goddamn underground nonstop. Good self-promotion, and I guess I was hating because I'm also a self-promoter. So I was like, what the fuck, guys?
Wait, by the way, McCorkle, I got to say, so you're bringing all of us in there, right? We're all going in there. Right. And all of a sudden on my Facebook, all these new businesses start popping up. Do I want to like Sean McCorkle's mixed martial arts jiu-jitsu thing? Sean McCorkle's, you have like 5 business. Like, are you doing this? Are you starting businesses for us? Like, how is this happening?
No, dude, I'm just trying to pay the bill for your guys' flights here. No, but and the camera crew. But no, I can't do anything. Like, I can't tell a Brendan Schaub joke without telling 20 of them. I put a roofing ad in Indianapolis. I wasn't doing roofing. And these asshole roofing contractors I know clicked on my ad 147 times in 4 minutes to charge me Google ad money, which I am getting all credited back. So now I've got 2 guys in India working for $12 a day, ruining their businesses. They go on their website 5 times a minute, look on their website, schedule roofing inspections, schedule new roofs, call and talk to them. We have a Hindu church in Kokomo, Indiana. The roof is 130 squares, about $80,000 job. Will you come look at it? Because when they come look at it, they don't need a roof. They don't know what they're talking about. They wanted to get cute, so we're playing the game. Play the game. Guess who's getting visited by the IRS this week? All 3 of them.
Oh, okay, but where's that website? Okay, so your new gym.
Wait. No, I just promoted my. I'm trying to promote my coach's gym for the seminar that they may or may not be at. But
they're trying to be cute. Is that what you're saying?
Why are you a fox?
He's the second.
You're adorable, Mayhem.
Erotic gentleman.
My fucking 6-year-old daughter does it. You are
He's a furry now. He's also furry.
San Francisco, I'm the Dairy Queen.
You are a 5-year-old. I don't think any of us have ever. We're all fucking 7-year-olds on this podcast. Don included. I call him Yosemite Sam, and he picks up 2 guns and starts waving them around. He has 2 actual guns next to him while doing a podcast. Like,
hey, you want to put Chris D'Elia? You want to book Chris D'Elia? Tell him you got 7-7-year-olds on a podcast.
No, thank you.
Hey.
Wait, so is this an actual gym? Did you start the gym?
No, it's just my jiu-jitsu school. I'm trying to help him promote it like it's Indiana Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't want to say what happened, but he ended up getting his gym taken from him by somebody he was married to. And so he had to restart, even though she never had anything to do with it. And she's got her jiu-jitsu school now. So he's trying to rebuild because, like, she took everything. Everybody knows how that goes. I'm sure Don does at least. You work your whole life and then you end up with nothing, and she walks away with everything because you got 1 kid with her that you're paying for anyway. It doesn't make any sense, you know? Right. But I went from being a multi-millionaire to bankrupt in 30 days one time, and it was all because of a woman. But
all right. So September 21st, that weekend, I'm flying in to Indiana. I get in that morning. We're doing 5 podcasts at Sean's house.
My dime.
Then we're driving to Dayton Funny Bone. Bill's gonna open for me. I think you guys are staying and putting on a seminar on that Saturday. And then I'm having Sean's son open for me that night. Sean's he's doing a guest spot.
Nice.
Perfect.
Trey McCorkle is gonna do a guest spot on that show. All right. Well, I'm happy that. Anyway, hope you guys have a great weekend. Love you guys.
Have a great show tonight, Adam. Have a great show.